Hi everyone, welcome. This is a practice of breath centering that you can do anytime during the day in any situation. I'm demonstrating it from a seated position on my couch, but you could be resting on the floor on your back or sitting upright. You could even do this standing if you are not able to get to the floor. So find yourself in any one of those positions that's comfortable for you. And take a few moments to connect with the floor beneath you. Really feeling the parts of your body that touch the floor and letting those parts settle. If there is something between you and the floor, feel your body settle into that surface. So for example, if you're sitting on a chair, let your feet settle on the floor, but also let your hips settle on the seat of your chair. And then take a few moments to notice your natural breath as it is right now. Notice how slowly or quickly you breathe. Notice how deep or shallow. And notice if there are any hiccups in your breath. Now, place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest, finding a way that is comfortable for your shoulders. And this time as you breathe in, feel your hands gently moving apart. And as you breathe out, feel your hands gently moving towards each other. Not in a way that collapses the spine, but just in a very subtle way. The spine remains tall. As you inhale, hands move apart. Exhale, hands move back together. Now, in addition to this up-down movement, we also have an expansion-contraction movement. So this time as you breathe in, feel your belly and your chest expand forward into the space around you. And as you breathe out, feel your chest and your belly drop into the body slightly. Expand and contract. It's a little bit subtler. Now we're going to take one very unique piece of that expansion contraction and take the hands around your ribs. If you can comfortably rest your hands on the lower part of your ribs without any disturbance in the shoulders, go ahead and do that. If it doesn't work so well, you can try this technique of crossing your arms and just setting your hands on the lower part of your ribs, okay? So here we are, hands on the ribs. Inhale, feel your ribs expand into your hands. Exhale, feel your ribs narrow towards the spine. Inhale, the ribs expand. Exhale, the ribs narrow. There's a chance that you won't feel any movement at all. If that's the case, visualize it in your mind. And with enough practice, you will start to feel some movement here. Okay, let's bring the hands back to that initial position, one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. And blend these different movements all together with the same breath. So as you inhale, you feel the rise of your chest, the expansion of the belly and the chest and the ribs. And then as you exhale, feel the fall of the chest and the narrowing of your ribs and your belly. Inhale, expand and rise. Exhale, narrow and fall. Inhale, expand and rise. Exhale, narrow and fall. Continue. Really, the focus at this point is on what you can see in the front of the body. But I invite you with the next several breaths to think about the back of the body. Think about the low back kidney area, ribs, shoulder blades, expanding on the inhale and then narrowing on the exhale. One way to visualize this is to imagine that you have wings. When you inhale, you unfurl those wings out, and then when you exhale, you reset your wings on your back. So you inhale and expand, and then exhale and reset. Is it possible, this is a question, not a demand, is it possible to incorporate what's going on in the back body and what's happening in the front body and what's happening in the sides of the ribs? It's a lot to keep track of, but you can do it. So inhale, the body expands in all directions. Exhale, narrow inward as a reset. Try that a few more times on your own. Your breath rhythm will be different than mine, and it will differ from breath to breath, day to day. One more breath like this. And once you've finished this exhale, go ahead and release your hands back to your lap, letting go of all of that and letting your breath be organic once again. Take a few moments to simply acknowledge any differences now in how fast you're breathing, how deeply you're breathing, and how smoothly you're breathing. Use this technique throughout your day or when you want to fall asleep at night, anytime you need it. Thank you.